My name is Olivia. Welcome back to my channel. I missed you. Did you miss me? I hope you missed me. So today I want to talk about some of the things that I wish that someone had told me before I got married. Assuming I would have listened, sha.
They play.
Because it's one thing to, it's one thing to advise someone. It's one thing to say, oh, do this, do that. It's an absolutely different ballgame to, to listen. Now, having said that, what I'm going to share are my personal experiences, my personal convictions as of 2023. The older you get, the more you see life, the more you experience things, the more your worldview changes. So take some of the things I'm saying with a pinch of salt. The one that applies to you, take it. The one that doesn't apply to you, don't take it. I'm not a big fan of telling people how to live their life or do this 12 steps to this 12 steps. No, I'm not a big fan. I don't do that, right?
Continue.
So what I want to do is to share honestly, like I always do, about my own experiences, my own struggles, what eventually worked for me, and hopefully you can have a laugh, or maybe it can bless you. So recently I traveled with some of my friends from uni. The girl trip finally left the WhatsApp group.
Oh my God! Wow.
We traveled, went to Albania. It was fun. Spent a long time. Spent time in 2 different cities. Went to Tirana, the city center. Did a few tours, and then we went to Himari, stayed at the beachfront house. And it made me think, right? It was a fun time, but it made me think. I came home and I was like, whew. Meanwhile, I came home and my 4-year-old daughter, I'm like, did you miss me? She's like, yeah, mommy, I missed you. Because one thing so I think I've already started. Like, one thing I wish I knew when I first got married is keep your me time going, right? It's something I don't joke with right now. My partner, my husband, is really big on me time, like taking time for himself to do things he loves, and I do that too. And one thing that works for me is spending time with friends who are women, because I realize that as much as I love my husband, as much as you love a man, there are things that only a woman will, understand. There are things that happens to women that only a woman can truly relate to, only a woman. And there are things sometimes that, crazy enough, are happening in your life, and it's another woman that would say, oh, hey, this stuff is happening to me too, And then from there, you can start to kind of retrace or figure out a solution to what you're facing. So for that reason, I've kept in touch with some of my friends from uni, right? And some of the people that I've worked with over the years. Women, some of them have gone on to become mothers, some of them have gone on to become like business women, some of them have gone on to do 1 master's, 2 masters, PhD, and we're still kicking it, we're still tight. So that's how we went on vacation. Came back, I told myself 10 years is not 10 days. It's been over 10 years since I left university. So these were people I was cool with. Some of them we stayed in the same room with and all of that. And we've kept in touch. But it occurred to me how much time changes us, how much time like really, really changes us. And it made me think about, my marriage, being married to someone else and all that. And that's why I decided to, do this video, because any day I wake up, I used to use 25 minutes to fear marriage. Hey! 25 minutes. Yeah, like this. Hey! That's all you'll be hearing. Hey! Because living with someone, not the same mother, not the same father, is not even the same God that created both of you. That's what we say, where I come from, which translates to like you can have the same mom, but we you know, right? So two people, different experiences, different ideologies, different traumas, different goals, different aspirations, different medical histories, different outlooks, different personalities come together and live together. See, you tell me people will live together 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. Some people are doing 20, 30. Oh, the thing is a wonder to me. I marvel at it. I feel like it's one of the biggest miracles ever. So sometimes when I hear people say, oh, marriage is tough, marriage is this, marriage is that, I'm like, what do you expect? Living with your siblings, is it easy? Living with your girlfriends or guy friends, is it easy? There is no time. The way I say it is like, there is no way you will live with someone else in the same vicinity, day in, day out, breathing the same air and all of that. There is bound to be stress, because even you, when you're with yourself, sometimes you do tire. I mean, you know they tire. Sometimes you're with yourself and you're just upset. You just want to be by yourself, right? So on the trip that I went, one of the days we had like a boat ride, and I was like, girls, I'm gonna sit this one out. I just want to be by myself. I went to the beach and I slept on the beach, and that's all I did for that day, right? Because I realized that if my cup is full, I need to, like, if my socializing cup is full, I need to take time out and, you know, stay by myself and recharge, you know. And I've understood it, because this is my life. There's no one else that's going to come and figure out my life for me, right? So I take time to think about my life, think about like what I'm doing right, what I'm not doing right, so that I can avoid making somebody's son responsible for my happiness, right? So that I can avoid making someone's son responsible for my joy, avoid making someone's son responsible for my peace, you know. Before I got married, and when I first got married, I used to hear people say, oh, it's not your husband's responsibility to make you happy, to give you joy, and blah blah blah. Even the men that say they want a woman to give them peace. And then I used to be like, you will give me joy, you will give me happiness, you will flex me, you will this, you will that. But over the past few years, I've realized that truly the primary responsibility of, you know, being happy is mine. Because happiness is an internal thing, right? Joy is an internal thing. It could be that time of the month for me. I could be seeing my period, and then to expect someone else to override my hormones, that's unfair, right? So at every point in time, we know as women what we're going through. If you listen to your body, if you keep a chart, I started journaling like my periods and stuff a few years ago. Like journaling, this month this happened, that happened, and that kind of like helped me see like a pattern. Like on day 2 of my period is hell, so I'm usually like, baby, day 2 is coming, look out for me. I get like really sad, really mopey on the 2nd day of my period. But when I didn't know that this is something that was happening to me, I used to think that, oh, this man is always annoying me when I'm in my period. But with time, you know, I started to listen to the signs to understand what is going on with my own self, you get. So that's, you know, one of those things. I think we can do it as women. I think that if we really say, oh, I want to be happy, you should see me. One of my friends told me last month on my birthday, she was like, Olivia, you know what I liked? One thing I like about you. I was like, what? She said, you know how to create fun for yourself. If you hear me saying this thing, you think, oh, my husband is not a flexer. He's a flexer. He knows how to have fun. But I know how to create fun for myself. He pampers me, but I pamper myself. My brother-in-law, last month, it was my birthday on September 2nd. And I had asked my sister, who he's married to do like a design for me for my birthday. Like a theme. What will be the theme of my birthday? I said she didn't know, because she did something for her husband that I really liked. I was like, do one for me now. She said, she doesn't know what she's going to do. Then in the evening, she called me back and was like, that her husband suggested something. She doesn't know how I will feel about it. I said, tell me, what's the thing he suggested? He said, oh, that her husband suggested I should do age of self-care. I was like, your husband gets me. Shout out to Afo. Afo really gets me. Like, I was like, age of self-care, really? He was like, yeah. Because that, from what he sees about me, I'm very intentional about, caring for myself. And he likes, the way that I create fun for myself and things like that. And getting that feedback from so many people was heartwarming. It really was. I haven't always been the person I've always been a fun giver. I mean, I'm an MC. Do you get? I'm an MC. I started my MC career as a stand-up comedian. So I've always been like a joy giver. I give joy. But I haven't always been the person to take out time for myself and ask myself, apart from giving people joy, what do you, as a woman, what do you enjoy? You get? I can spend 1 year by myself and I will be okay. In fact, if I rub cream for you, you question on them. My daughter, something happened recently and I was like, I'm raising a queen that will know how to care for herself and love herself and pamper herself. Because if you see me applying cream on my body, I will take the cream, I will spend time, I will put it, and when I'm rubbing the cream, I'm telling myself, you're caring for yourself, you love yourself so much. It's like I'm speaking love and joy into my own life, you get? And my daughter, I was waking her up after I traveled on vacation. The next morning when I came back, I was waking her up. She was sleeping. I was waking her up with kisses, with tender kisses, like wake up. It's not as if that's how I wake up every morning, Some days if it's a school day, it has to be buzz, but wake up, let's shout, But that particular day was it was not a school day. So I was waking her up with kisses, wake up, as someone that's not been around, you've really missed your child and all of that. This girl stretched, you know what she told me? She stretched and was like, wake me up gently, be gentle with me. I started laughing. And I liked it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna be gentle with you. I like it because I see some of the things I do in my life. She's already doing it at 4. Like, she speaks up for herself. She says what she wants. She demands care and pampering, and she gives it. She's kind. She gets me banana on a plate with water and serves it really nicely when I'm not asking for it. She just says, mommy, I love you, I just want to take care of you. And I'm like, okay, I can get with this particular programming. So I think at the end of the day, what I'm saying is, be responsible. I wish that I knew. There are 2 more things. One is that you don't have to keep it all to yourself. When I first got married, people were like, marriage between 2 people. Marriage is between 2 people, but it go choke you. If you think, you know what, do whatever works for you. But I'm talking about myself, right? In the beginning, when I first got married, I used to think, we're struggling with this thing and we have to find a way, to resolve it ourselves. We're struggling with this thing, so we are having meeting upon meeting upon meeting upon meeting, trying to solve an issue, But with time, one day, I think someone mentioned to me, Olivia, your thing is that you don't talk. I know you're out there, you're a social person and all that, but you don't, you don't really speak out and say, help me, but it will help. I think it will help. And I think I took that up, and then I started to open up, maybe ask my mom this, or ask my sister, or ask one of my girlfriends, and then they would answer. Because the thing is, when I first got married, I thought, my husband is going to feel like, you shared something that happened in the house. The guy man doesn't care. So again, it depends on the dynamics of your relationship. But I find out that I will talk to a friend and they'll be like, this thing is not just you, or this is what I did, or it's not as complicated as you think it is. Something that's like a mountain for you, someone breaks it down, and it's really, and it's not really like it's a mentor-mentee relationship, just friends, casual people, just speaking out and mentioning to someone, look at what happened, look at what happened, and then they give you a solution. And it works like magic. But it took me a few years to get to that place where I could tell someone, help, and then they listen and they're like, oh, okay, that's not as bad as you think it is. How about try this, try this, try. I'm like, oh really? And I try it and it works. Happy wife, happy home. So this idea of where you expect that your partner will be the alpha and omega of your happiness, of your joy, find time to do things for yourself. Go to the salon alone, do stuff. There was time I used to go for runs. I don't really go for runs anymore. I have this exercise ball that my friend gifted me for my birthday. I think that's like what my exercise routine is now. So I just work out. You see me, I nibble on my food. I eat. You see where I'm eating. You go be like say make you chop the food. You understand? You see where my daughter knows in my house, you will not serve me anyhow, no matter who you are, no matter where I am, because I will not eat the food. I will serve myself like a queen, because that's how I identify. I identify as a queen, right? So these little things make you happy. Nice smells. I love like fragrances. I visited one of my girlfriends one time and I noticed that she had like different soaps, bath soaps, and I was like, why do you have different bath soaps? She said because these things are like super cheap. Because here where I am in the UK, you find like these liquid soaps that are like £1, £2, £3, £4, like not expensive, right? So she just has different brands, from the not expensive to the expensive to different. She had like I don't think I'll ever get there. She had like 10, 15 different like soaps and orishi. I went home, I carried that one, I put it in my pocket. I went home, I got different kinds of soap. You know why? Because sometimes I'm not in a good mood. I'm just smelling a particular fragrance lifts my mood. Okay, so it's not everything that calling family meeting to settle with this man. It's not everything that will settle. Sometimes you need time out. Sometimes I tell my daughter, it's mommy time. And then I just go into the room, put the light off, play music, cover myself, because I know that right now I'm not in a good mood, right? But I don't want to spread it. I don't want everyone around to be sad just because I'm sad, So, but it's been 6 years in the making. It's been 6 years in the making, and I don't know. I think that marriage is a fun thing. There was a time in my life when I just felt like, what is the point of this marriage? I think after I had a miscarriage, after I had my daughter. And I would just be like, what is the point of marriage? Why will you live your life and just come to you people that are following? I don't know you from anywhere, sir. Excuse me. I don't know you before. I don't know you. You don't know me. What are we actually doing together? And for a while, what kept me going in the marriage was, this man is kind. This man loves me. This man cares for me. The fact that this thing is not making sense to me now is probably because of what I'm going through in life, because the miscarriage done vam, it really took a lot from me. But I'm happy to say that recently I wake up one day and I'm thinking, oh, this is what marriage is. And it hasn't been easy, but holistically, when you look at it, it's worth it. It's not, I would never say to anyone, you're going into marriage and because you're a good person and your husband is a good person or your wife is a good person, then it's gonna be perfect. No, because two strangers really, and you're on this journey through life. It's not going to be perfect, but you can make it work, and I hope that you do make it work. Then finally, before I go, and this one is for all the single ladies. Okay, not for all the single ladies, the married women.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Yes.
Sometimes, once in a while, and I will end on this note, once in a while, go and touch your husband. Once in a while, go and touch him. Once in a while, go and touch him. I know what I'm saying. It's not every time that this bobo that will be the one pushing you up and down. Once in a while, go and touch him. In the night, go and climb. It's your property. You people are married. It's not every time I will be making the move. I know in this part of the world that, okay, where I'm from, I know that sometimes women, we are reserved and we want to be seen as, Santa Monica, Santa where you don't know anything, Virginia, now. You don't know anything. You want to come across as this person that, you innocent, but you have two children.
I don't know anything about what you're talking about.
Now check it now. How do you have two children? He already knows because you people used to do it. So sometimes take the initiative because I realize that men are human beings too, right? So just the way that we women want to feel wanted and loved, sometimes the man wants to feel wanted. So this night, surprise him. Surprise him. If you did not get anything from this whole video, go and tell people that MC Olivia say you should be touching your husband once in a while. Touch him. Okay. Like, subscribe, share. I will see you in the next video. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Love you. Falaminderi. Obrigado. Hunger is... Thank you. Olivia.